is. How you feel? I got to hear some noise in the house today. Are you excited today? Give somebody a high five and say, I'm alive today. Give them a high five. Wake them up a little bit. Guys, I don't have a whole lot of time, but I tell you, we are so pumped up about just being able to share with you, man. A lot of people get up and say something. We get up here because we got something to say. Guys, something happens when you get fired up. Isn't that right? Something happens when you find that inspiration and release that excuse. People that are committed, they have a passionate interest, man. They believe that they're part of the MOP team, the moving on people. Because I am going to talk about the MOP, the DOP, the SOP. Tell you something, adversity causes some men and women to break, others to break records. Only opportunity, but most people never have opportunity knock because they're always knocking opportunity. I'll never forget talking about compromise. I used to go fishing. Man, we grew up so far back in the hills, there wasn't nothing behind them. If you wanted to go hunting, you had to go towards town. Our state flower was a satellite dish, you know what I mean? But my friend and I were fishing, man, and I was on one side, and man, he was having so much better luck, but he'd catch a big fish and then throw it back and put the little one in the bucket. And all day long he did this, and I got frustrated. I catch a big one, throw it back in, keep the little one in the bucket. And at the end of the day, and I said, sir, I got to ask you a question. I don't mean to be nosy, but why do you catch the big one? And you throw back the big one, and you throw it back in the water, and you put the little one back in the bucket. He said, it's real simple, Curt. All I have is a 10-inch frying pan. Guys, let me tell you something. I talk to most people who have compromised, who could be giants, but they're dwarfs today. They could be mighty, but they're mundane because they've left the commitment chair and went down to the compromise chair. They could do better, but they don't do better. And if you hang around there too long, you'll gradually go down to the conflict chair. You know what that is, don't you? That's where I hear people complain. Oh, they always used to say where I grew up, complain and remain, praise and you'll be raised. Isn't that right? You compare, you complain, you condemn, you criticize. And I notice people that are in the conflict, they have a tendency to blame others. Let me take a little note here for your information. When you blame others, you never recover. When you blame other people because you're not getting where you want to be, and you see somebody else succeeding, but you blaming everybody else, with 60 to 70% of the people who do, they blame other people for the bad experiences in their life. Talking about the blame game, Tommy was kind of just standing on the cat's tail. Mom heard a terrible commotion, said, stop, Tommy, I told you to stop pulling on the cat's tail. He said, Mommy, I'm not pulling on it, I'm standing on it. The cat's doing the pulling. Sight is great, but insight's 1,000 times better. Isn't that right? Helen Keller said the saddest people in the world, people that have sight, but no vision. I love that. The vision is in your head. The mission is in your heart. And the values are in your soul. Great day. God bless you. Thank you very much.